To Intermountain Christian School Black Box Theater. At this point, we'd like to ask everyone to please turn off your phone and any device. There will be a brief intermission between acts. We thank you for your support of live theater, and now we present The Diary of Anna Frank.
July 6th, 1942. A few days ago, Father began to talk about going into hiding. He said it would be very hard for us to live cut off from the rest of the world. He sounded so serious I felt scared. Don't worry, Annika. Just enjoy your carefree life while you can. Carefree? I was born in Frankfurt on June 12th, 1929. Because we're Jewish, my father immigrated to Holland in 1933. He heard Hitler's marching gang sing that horrible song, When Jew Blood Spurts from the Knife, and knew it was time to leave. But Hitler invaded Holland on May 10th, 1940. 5 days later, the Dutch surrendered, the Germans arrived, and the trouble started for the Jews. Father was forced to give up his business. Manufacturing products he used to make jam. We couldn't use streetcars, couldn't go to the theater or movies anymore, couldn't be out on the street after 8 p.m., couldn't even sit in our own gardens. We had to turn in our bicycles. No beaches, no swimming pools, no libraries. We couldn't even walk on the sunny side of the streets. Our identity cards were stamped with a big black J, and we had to wear the yellow star. But somehow life went on. Until yesterday, a call-up notice from the SS. My sister Margit was ordered to report for her work in Germany to the Westerbork transit camp. A call-up. Everyone knows what that means. At 5:30 this morning, we closed the door of our apartment behind us. My cat was the only living creature I said goodbye to. The unmade beds, the breakfast things on the table, all created the impression we'd left in a hurry. And our destination? We walked 2.5 miles in the pouring rain all the way to 263 Prinzengracht, Father's office building. Our hiding place, the secret annex, is right behind it upstairs. Even though the Germans forced Father out, he still runs the office with Mr. Crawler and Meep, who've offered to help us while we're in hiding.
A rat! Shh! Mr. Frank.
Ah, Meep.
Thank God you've arrived safely.
Meep.
Anna. Mrs. Frank, Margit, you must be exhausted. If only I'd known, I'd have the place all ready for you.
You've done too much already, Meep. Besides, it's good for us to keep busy. As you can see, Anna's my little helper.
I see that. Peter, come in.
Welcome, Peter. Peter Van Daan, children.
Welcome to the annex.
This is Margit and Anna, and of course my wife, Mrs. Frank.
Mrs. Frank?
Forgive me, Peter. I'm not quite myself, but I'm glad you'll be with us.
I am too.
A cat. He has a cat.
Black one.
We have a cat too. I wanted to bring her, but I know our neighbors will take good care of her until we get back.
It'll be great having a cat here, won't it, Pim? Won't it be fantastic?
Anna, dear, don't get so excited. Peter doesn't know you yet.
He'll get to know me soon, though. It's going to be so much fun having other people around. A whole other family, won't it, Margaret?
Yes.
Like being on vacation in some strange pension or something. An adventure, romantic and dangerous at the same time.
What is it, Peter?
My parents. They were right behind me, 1 street away.
They'll be here.
You don't think they were...
Don't worry, Peter. You're just like me.
Mother's always jumping at every little thing. What's its name?
Mushy.
Mushy. I love cats. Where'd you go to school?
They set up a technical school once we were forbidden.
I had to switch from my Montessori school to the Jewish Lyceum.
I know, I saw you there.
You did?
See, what did I tell you? Now we're all here.
Just in time. We had to take the long way around. There were too many police on the streets.
Welcome, Mr. Von Don. Mrs. Von Don. You know my wife, of course, and the children.
We must hurry. The workmen will be here in half an hour.
Such trouble we're causing you, Mr. Crawler, after all you and Meep have done, and now we arrive early.
You couldn't let your daughter be taken away, Mr. Frank.
Please don't worry. We'll do everything we can to help. Now, I must run and get your ration books.
No, wait. If they see our names on the ration books, won't they know that we're here?
Trust me, your names won't be on them. Every day, if you make a list, I'll try my best to get what you want. And every Saturday, I can bring 5 library books.
5? I know what my 5 are going to be.
Anna, remember, there are 7 of us.
I know, Mother.
It's illegal then? The ration books? We've never done anything illegal.
I don't think we'll be doing things exactly according to regulation here.
Listen, the Wester Torin.
How will I ever get used to that clock?
I love it.
Meep or I will be here every day to see you. I've hidden a buzzer to signal when we come up. And tomorrow I'll have that bookcase placed in front of your door. Oh, and one last thing. The radio.
A radio. Fantastic.
A radio. Oh, thank God.
How did you get it? We had to turn ours in months ago.
Thank you, Mr. Crawler, for everything.
You'll tell them about the noise.
I'll tell them.
How can we thank you? Really, how can we ever?
I never thought I'd live to see the day a man like Mr. Frank would have to go into hiding.
What a journey. It's a wonder we weren't arrested. Petronella walking down the street in a fur coat, carrying a hat box in the middle of summer.
What do you need another hat for?
It's not another hat. It's... Oh. I just don't feel at home without my chamber pot.
Now, everyone, a few things, quickly. We must get settled in before 8. Anna, sit down, please. First, about the noise. While the workmen are in the building, from 8 to 6, we must remain completely quiet, so no shoes, and move only when absolutely necessary. We can't run any water, we can't flush the toilet in the WC, the pipes run down through the warehouse, and every noise can be heard.
Only one toilet? For all of us?
Anna, we can't throw out any trash, not even the potato peel. We'll burn everything in the stove at night. We can't open any doors, we can't open any windows either. No coughing, if possible, no fevers. Remember, we can never see a doctor. This is the way we must live, until it is over. But every day after 6, we can talk, laugh, play games, move around just as we would at home. This will be our common room, the place where we eat supper together like one family.
One family. I love that.
Now, why don't we get settled in? As Mr. Von Don and I discussed, this floor will be the Von Don home, and the lower floor will be the Frank home. I know your space is tiny, Peter, but at least you'll be near your parents. And I'm glad you brought your cat. Meep warns us there could be rats.
Rats? Oh my God. Oh.
I'm sure Mushy can take care of a few rats. Now, come, Petronella, let's go up to the attic and bring our dishes down. All of our boxes are up there.
Oh, never can we thank you, Mr. Frank. If it weren't for you, I don't know what would have happened to us.
You can't imagine how your husband helped me. When I first came to Amsterdam, not knowing a soul, unable to speak the language, I can never repay him. Besides, he's an excellent business partner.
Well, that's true.
Oh my god, it's hot.
Be a lot cooler if you took that fur coat off.
You rest, Edith. You haven't closed your eyes since yesterday. Nor you, Margaret.
I slept, Father. Isn't that funny? Even though I knew it was the last night in my own bed.
You could sleep through anything. Now, take your shoes off before you forget. You too, Pater, shoes.
Are you sure you're not too tired, Annika?
Mother, please, I'm fine. Hey, what are you doing?
Getting rid of it.
You can't do that. They'll arrest you if you go out without your star.
Who's going out? Now I don't have to be branded.
You're right. We don't need it anymore. Remember when it all started? People tried to look the other way, but somehow their eyes always landed right there. Ugh, Mother sewed this on so tight.
The day they made us wear the star was the worst day of my life.
Look, it left a mark. Do you know Annalie Gosler?
No,
Jopi de Val?
never heard of her.
Oh. But you heard of me?
Well, your father is my father's business partner.
You heard of me, you heard of me. I'm famous at my school.
That's true in a way.
What do you mean?
Anna, you mustn't bother Pater.
I'm not bothering him. Mushy, mushy.
Mushy either. Tonight, we'll have our first real supper here together.
Thank you.
He's awfully shy.
You'll like him, I know.
I better. He's the only boy I'm going to see for my movie stars. Pim, you remembered. I'm going to put them right. Oh, wait, where's my diary? Oh, I forgot to pack my pencils.
Anna, no! You can never go down those stairs.
But it was only for...
Never, Anna. This is what going into hiding means. One mistake could cost us our lives.
I know, Father.
But every day, Meep and Mr. Crawler will bring us food, books, their precious company, their friends, Anna. That's rare these days. If the Nazis found out that they were hiding us, they'd be deported too.
Your fountain pen.
Your fountain pen now.
Oh, Pim. Pim, what a darling you are.
All those bags of beans and potatoes. Is that what we'll be eating every night? Not much variety, is there?
Don't listen to her. What my wife can do with beans and potatoes. She's a great cook.
Lucky for us.
Even with beans and potatoes, you'll see. Oh, but I am going to miss those gourmet meals.
Oh, Pootie, stop exaggerating.
The women seem content, don't they?
Well, you can never tell with women, but I think we'll be all right.
Good. Mrs. Von Don, we'll meet here at 6 and start preparing dinner.
6 o'clock, yes.
Now, come away from the kitchen, Petronelle. The workmen will be here any minute.
Maybe it was a mistake, all of us going into hiding together. They say it's better for families to separate. That way, if we're caught, betrayed, at least the children
The children would never have understood if we had separated. They couldn't have borne it. No more than we. Come, we must be quiet now.
Are you all right, Margaret?
I'm still shaking. Feel my hands.
Don't worry. We're here now. We can't take you away.
Yes, we're here.
Und für das wir nun einzutreten entschlossen sind, bis zum letzten Hauch, dieses Deutschland, der deutschen Volksgemeinschaft aller deutschen Stämme, das Großdeutsche Reich, Sieg heil! Sieg heil!
It's the silence that frightens me most. Every time I hear a creak in the house, a step on the street, I'm sure they're coming for us. I wander from room to room, feeling like a songbird whose wings have been ripped off and keeps hurling itself against the bars of its cage. Let me out, where there's fresh air and laughter. But then I remember the Jews who are not in hiding, and I know we live in a paradise. We're as quiet as baby mice, who would have dreamed Quicksilver on would have to sit still for hours, and what's more could. At last.
So, what were you writing about that was so funny, huh? Nothing about me, I hope. Oh, can't I take a peek?
No, Mrs. Von Don.
Not even a little peek?
Not even a little peek, Mrs. Von Don.
All right, fine. Well, I'm first for the WC.
Has anyone seen my shoes?
Shoes?
You took them, didn't you?
Anna.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're going to be sorry.
Am I?
Definitely. Wait till I get you.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Here. Ooh, you're strong. But you won't get them away from me. You didn't think I was so strong, did you?
Anna!
Oh, I'm making you mad. I'm
Peter!
making you really mad now.
Anna!
Come on, Peter, dance with me.
I don't know how.
I'll teach you.
I don't want any lessons.
Please?
I have to give Mushi his supper.
Can I watch?
He doesn't like people around when he eats.
I'll be quiet. Quiet as a baby mouse. He likes mice, doesn't he?
No.
Anna, you mustn't play with Peter like that. It's not dignified.
I don't want to be dignified.
You complain that I don't treat you like a grown-up, but the moment I do, you resent it.
I just want to have some fun. What's wrong with that boy?
He's not used to girls, especially not a girl like our Annika. Give him time.
How much time does he need? You dance with me, Margaret.
I have to help with supper.
Come on, if we don't practice, we'll forget. dum, da-dum, dum.
All right.
Dum, da-dum, da-dum, dum, 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 da-dum, da-dum. See, everyone, Margaret's the real dancer in the family. Dum, dum. Him.
Oh, dancing. Where's Peter?
In his room.
Oh, his father will kill him if he catches him with that cat again. Anna, darling, do me a favor and go get Peter out of his room for me. Da 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 dum 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 da da dum 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 da da dum da da dum da 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 dum dum da 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 da.
Peter? Oh, Peter,
What is it?
your mother says to come out.
You know what your father says.
I'll feed Mushi.
All right, but just give him his supper and come right out.
Is that any way to talk to your little girlfriend?
Mother, please.
Look, he's blushing.
You're crazy. She's only 13.
So, you're 16, and your father's older than I am. I tell you, Mr. Franck, if this war lasts much longer, we're liable to be related. I think I have a run here.
Some run.
God, I hate them.
Good evening, everyone. I would love to stay for supper, but I'm so shy I could barely get a word out of my
All
mouth.
right, I heard about you. How you talked so much in class, Mr. Keating called you Miss Quack Quack and made you write a composition. Quack, quack, quack went Miss Quack Quack.
Well, go on. Tell them the rest. How it was so good he read it out loud to our class and all of his other classes.
I know about you. Always joking.
I don't always joke.
Always making fun of mocking people. Quack, quack, quack.
I don't always. You're the most infuriating boy I've ever met.
That's right, Anna. You give it to him.
With all the boys in the world, I'd get locked up with
Quack,
you.
quack, quack, and from now on, stay out of my room.
Anna!
Excellent in history, Anna, and in Latin.
Meep's not here yet?
The workman only left a little while ago.
What's for dinner?
Beans.
Again? I saw you in there playing with that cat.
Oh, he was only in there for a second. He's been out here all afternoon working on his French.
Really?
How did I do in algebra?
I think we both better give up on algebra.
How did I do?
How do you always do? Brilliant.
I think you might have used the subjunctive here.
Where?
Mrs. Von Don, may I try on your coat?
Anna. Of course you may. My father, he gave me this coat the year before he died. He always bought the best money could buy.
Did you have a lot of boyfriends before you were married?
Anna, it's not courteous to ask personal questions.
Why not? I had a long throng of admirers who couldn't keep their eyes off me.
Well, our house was always swarming with boys. I remember the summer I was 16 and
Oh, God, here we go again.
who's talking to you? We had a big house in Bremerhaven, and those boys came buzzing like bees around a honeypot. And my father, he was worried with all those boys buzzing around. He'd say, you tell 'em. If any of 'em gets fresh, you tell 'em. Remember, Mr. So-and-so, remember, I'm a lady.
Remember, Mr. So-and-so. Remember, I'm a lady.
That's right. Very good, Anna. All right, that's enough. That's enough. Come on.
What have you got to write about that's so important all the time? How much does a 13-year-old have to say?
Just because someone's young doesn't mean they don't have anything to say, Mr. Von Don.
Please, can't I have any privacy?
Petronella, can you tell me what could possibly be so private?
You know how it is at this age, Pooty. Everything's private, including brushing your teeth.
Well, I just hope there's nothing about me in that private diary of hers.
Oh, honestly, Pooty, you're so ridiculous sometimes. You're so childish.
Still haven't finished your French? You ought to be ashamed.
I know. I'm a hopeless case.
You're not hopeless. He is not hopeless. He just doesn't have help, like the girls do. Maybe you could, Mr. Franck?
Oh, well, I'm sure his father wouldn't mind
Not
helping.
me. He won't listen to me.
Oh, what do you say, Peter?
Oh, Mr. Franck, you're an angel. Oh, I wonder why I didn't meet you, for I met that one over there.
Come, Peter, show me which chapter you're on.
Listen to Mr. Franck, Peter. He is a very highly educated man.
Aren't things hard enough without you sprawling all over the place?
Well, Pooty, if you didn't smoke so much, maybe you wouldn't be so ill-tempered.
Am I smoking? Do you see me smoking?
Please tell me you didn't use up the last of those cigarettes.
One package. Meep only brought us one package.
You're smoking up all of our money.
Will you shut up? What are you staring at?
I never heard grown-ups quarrel before. I thought only children quarreled and it wore off when they grew up.
This isn't a quarrel, it's a discussion. And besides, I've never heard of children so rude before.
Rude? Me? I don't know how you can say that.
Anna, will you bring me my knitting? I need to remember to ask Meep for more wool.
Oh, I have a library book for her to return.
Please, Meep, get me some starch, some tea, some biscuits, and a movie star magazine. Tell us all the latest news. Meep, 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 Meep. It's a wonder Meep has a life of her own. Did you know she's engaged to someone named Jan? Oh, she's crazy about him, but terrified the Nazis will send him to Germany to work in a war plant. That's what they do with all the young Dutchmen these days. They just pick them up in the streets and carry them...
Suppose you try keeping still for 5 minutes.
Anna, come have your milk.
Talk. Chatter. It's a wonder we haven't been discovered and shot. Why do you have to show off all the time? Why can't you just be quiet like your sister Margaret? Just be a good girl.
Not me. I'm going to be remarkable. I'm going to Paris.
Really?
You'll see. I'm going to be a famous writer or singer or dancer someday.
Oh my God! My coat! My beautiful fur coat!
Oh, I'm sorry.
Do you know how much my father paid for this coat? Look at it!
Oh, I'm very, very sorry.
I could kill you for this!
Petronella.
Anna! Oh, Anna, you can't behave like this.
It was an accident. Anyone can have an accident.
I'm not just talking about the coat, Anna. We're all living under great stress, but you don't hear Margaret getting into arguments with the Von Dons, do you?
Margaret's perfect. She never gets into arguments with anyone.
I'm not perfect.
She's courteous. She keeps her distance, and the Von Dons respect her for it. Try to be more like Margaret.
And have them walk over me too? No, thank you.
They don't walk over me.
Oh, yes, they do. All over you.
I'm not afraid they'll walk over you, Anna. I'm afraid you'll walk over them. I don't know what happened to you. If I ever talked to my mother the way you talk to me...
Yes, Mother. No, Mother. Anything you say, Mother. People aren't like that anymore. I can't do everything for you.
Margaret doesn't do
Margaret, that's all I ever hear.
Don't be so dramatic.
Everything she does is right and everything I do is wrong. If I talk, I'm a show-off. If I answer, I'm rude. Selfish if I eat too much. Stupid, cowardly, a complete disappointment. I'll never live up to your expectations. I'll never be Margaret.
I don't know how we can go on living like this.
You know, Anna, In 2 minutes, she'll be laughing and joking again.
No room, no privacy for any of us. Ugh, these people, the way they behave, and your father chooses to shut his eyes to these things. I don't even remember how life used to be. Meep!
Meep. Oh, darling Meep.
It's me.
At last.
Does everyone have their lists?
I have mine.
Now you'll get your library books, darling.
Oh, Meep, that air. What's it like outside?
Oh. When Meep comes, the sun begins to shine.
We missed you yesterday, Mr. Crawler.
Oh, where did you go today? Who did you see? Did anyone interesting come into the office?
Please, Meep, won't you stay for supper?
Thank you. But there's something we need to talk over. Something that has to be decided immediately. What is it, Mr. Crawler?
Well, each time we come, we try and bring a bit of good news, but up here you just can't know how bad things have become on the outside.
There's a dentist, Alfred Dussel. He's Jewish. He's been living with a Christian woman. But today he asked if I knew of a safe address. He's desperate. I promised I would let him know.
Of course, Meep. Absolutely. Dussel, I believe we know him.
It's great news, Meep.
But where will he sleep? I mean, there's barely enough room.
Forgive me, I spoke without consulting you. I was sure
It's
it
just-
wouldn't be.
There's so little food.
Mr. Von Don, I've tried. There are no more rations to be had.
Where 7 can eat, 8 can eat as well.
I hope so.
If we can save even one person, we must.
You're right, of course.
Yes, definitely. Mr. Crawler will go to meet him. I will bring him up.
Tomorrow.
Thank you. It's fine to have him. But where are we going to put him?
He can have my bed. I'll sleep on the floor.
You're much too kind, Peter. There's hardly enough room in there for you.
I know. I'll move in with you and Mother, and Mr. Dussel can have my bed.
No, Margaret will move in with us, and Mr. Dussel can have her bed. It's the only way.
But why? Why can't I move in?
Because it wouldn't be proper for Margaret to... Please, Anna, don't argue. It's settled.
As far as I'm concerned, Mother can go jump in a lake. I don't know why I've taken such a terrible dislike to her, but I can imagine her dying someday while Father's death seems inconceivable to me. It's very mean of me, I know, but that's how I feel. I hope Mother never reads this, nor anything else I've written. She's not a mother to me. I have to mother myself. Who can I turn to? Only my diary. I have to become a good person on my own, but I know it will make me stronger in the end. Three and a half months in the annex, and we're eagerly awaiting our latest edition. What will he be like? Meep says he's quiet, refined, and by all accounts, accounts, an excellent dentist. He's meeting Mr. Crawler at 11 sharp this morning at a certain place in the post office. It's all very exciting and totally nerve-wracking. What if they get caught? Those last few hours are most dangerous for a Jew who goes into hiding.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's done.
Everything went smoothly. Mr. Dussel was at the appointed place at the appointed time. He had to wear Jan's coat over his office jacket so no one would see the yellow star. He was amazed to be brought into the center of Amsterdam rather than into the country where so many hiding places are. Of course, he had no idea that we were right upstairs waiting for him.
I'm dreaming. Mr. Franck, Otto Franck, I heard you were in Switzerland. A patient of mine told me you were in Basel. Or Belgium. Or someplace.
That's what everyone thinks. The Nazis included, we hope.
We tricked them.
We're so glad you've come, Mr. Dussel.
We all are.
How can I ever thank you?
Not us. Meep and Mr. Crawler.
Without them, we couldn't live.
Aren't you scared, Meep? Sometimes.
We're not heroes.
You're much too modest, Meep.
We just don't like the Nazis. Anything about them.
Come, Mr. Dussel, have a seat. You must be exhausted.
Let's all have a little toast to Mr. Dussel.
Cognac! We were saving it in case of illness.
But what better way to use it?
I agree.
Thank you.
Thank you.
A toast to Mr. Dussel. We are honored to have you with us.
Prost!
Prost! Delicious. Too bad there's so little of it.
Mr. Dussel, I believe we know somebody in common. Dr. Keinzler. We were friends back in the old days in Frankfurt, and I was... What? What is it?
Dr. Keinzler was taken last month. Beethovenstraat. They took the whole block.
I see.
Mr. Dussel, what is happening outside? Tell us.
All over Amsterdam, Jews are disappearing, torn out of their beds in the middle of the night. My God, the screams. Children come home from school, their parents gone. Women come home from shopping, whole families vanished. It's impossible to escape unless you go into hiding. Thousands are being taken away, deported. The Bloombergs, Professor Hallstein.
Oh, God, no.
You have 5 minutes to get ready. Take only what you can carry in a rucksack. Then herded into the Jewish theater for days, weeks sometimes. And then Westerbork, the transit camp. From there, every Thursday, like clockwork, train leaves for the east.
Mr. Dussel, do you know the Gosslers? Their daughter, Annalie, and I, we've been friends since we were 4. They didn't come for them, did they?
Oh, God. Oh, not Annalie. It can't be.
There's a family by the name of...
No.
I'm sure Mr. Dussel would like to get settled before supper. I apologize, we can't offer you your own room. I trust you won't mind sharing one with my daughter?
Forgive me for upsetting you.
Please.
You had to tell us. We had to know.
Anna, why don't you show Mr. Dussel to your room?
Meep, thank you so much for everything.
All he said, so terrible. So different from what Mr. Crawler's been telling us.
I like it better the way Crawler tells it.
Well, here we are.
It's not very big, is it?
I've never shared a room with a man before. I hope I'll be a suitable companion. I know you'll miss the woman you live with terribly.
Charlotte and I have never been apart before. It all happened so fast I couldn't tell her where I was going. I didn't know myself.
You weren't supposed to. None of our friends knew. It would have been too dangerous. Not just for us, for them, for Charlotte.
You're a very bright young lady. I hope you'll bear with me.
I hope you'll bear with me. I seem to irritate everyone around here. What's she like, your Charlotte?
Charming, beautiful. You would like her. She's not Jewish, you know.
Oh, I know, Meep told us. This is my bed and that's Margaret's where you'll sleep. I know it's small and dark in here, but if you peek through the blackout curtain, you'll see the most beautiful chestnut tree in the world. I can't wait until it's in blossom. Though I hope the war will be over by then and we can all go home. I was wondering about the room. Margaret always had it in the mornings and I had it in the afternoons. Would that be all right with you?
Actually, I'm not my best in the mornings.
Then you take the mornings and I'll take the afternoons. Do you bring your dental equipment? I can't wait to see it. I love those little blue mirrors. Will you fill all our cavities?
It's not easy being a dentist, you know. Children don't understand that.
What do you mean?
No one likes going to the dentist. Everyone makes fun of us, but believe me, it's no fun for us. Everyone hates us.
That's awful.
Tell me something. When you're in here, where do I go? In there? With all those people?
And Mushi.
Who's Mushi?
Peter's cat.
A cat? No one told me there was a cat. He has it in here?
Don't worry, you'll love Mushi. He's the sweetest cat in the world.
I hate cats. They're terrifying. They give me asthma.
Don't worry, Peter keeps it in his room most of the time.
Let's hope he will. By the way, Mr. Crawler spoke of a schedule?
It's mainly about when you have to be quiet and when you can use the WC. You can use it now if
No, thank you.
You don't know how important the WC can be when you're in hiding, especially when you're scared.
I understand. If you don't mind, I think I'd like to lie down a bit before supper. Helps with digestion.
You rest, Mr. Dussel. I'll try and make you feel at home.
This is Colin Rees-Parker with the BBC Radio Europe, November 12th. Yesterday, German forces entered unoccupied France. Acting quickly to counter sweeping Allied gains, Hitler sent armored columns to occupy Vichy France. The Vichy regime came to an end, and with it, the final pretense that part of France was a free zone.
I couldn't sleep tonight, even after Father tucked me in. I feel wicked sleeping in a warm bed when my friends are at the mercy of the cruelest monsters ever to walk the earth. And all because they're Jews. We assume most of them are being murdered. The BBC says they're being gassed. Perhaps that's the quickest way to die. No matter what I'm doing, all I can think about is those who are gone. And all we can do is wait for the war to end. The whole world is waiting, and many are waiting for death.
Achtung! The list for today's train. 1,000 will leave Westerbork tomorrow for labor service in the east. No exemptions.
Be quiet.
I won't! I won't get on the train!
For God's sake, be quiet. We'll get you killed.
Anna, darling. Anna, you're here. Safe. Oh, it was a dream, my angel. You were having a dream.
These nightmares, Mrs. Frank, they're getting worse. Can't sleep. I spend half my night shushing her.
Anna, little Anna.
Every night, Mrs. Frank, every night. She's putting us all in danger.
Please, Mr. Dussel, go back to bed. She'll be all right in a minute.
What happened?
Another nightmare.
He sounded like someone was murdering her.
Can I get you some water? It was a bad dream, wasn't it? Do you wish to tell me? Sometimes
No, thank you, Mother.
Try to sleep now. I'll sit beside you.
I'd rather you didn't.
I see. Good night, then.
Would you ask Father to come in? Please?
Edith.
She wants you, Otto. She's still trembling. It's okay. Go to her. It's a phase. You weren't like this. I'm more like you. It's not that she doesn't love you.
Oh, Pim, I dreamt that they broke through the bookcase and took us all away. Oh, the train whistle, Pim, the train going to the east. Did I yell terribly loud? Do you think anyone heard outside? I know what you're thinking, but I can't help the way I feel. I just don't love her.
Anna.
We don't get along. We never have. Now I hate being cooped up with her. Don't get along with anyone here. My nightmares, Pim, everyone hates me for having them. I can't stop them from coming.
We're all having nightmares, Anna. You're just the only one who lets them out. Your mother's having them too, terrible nightmares. She's having a very hard time.
I know, Pim. I'm trying to change. I have another side. A better, finer side, but it's as if I'm split in half. What's good, what's bad, Pim? I don't know. I'm trying to become a good person on my own, but not if it means shutting myself off, hiding how I feel.
I understand. We've always understood each other, you and I. You know, you taught me something the day we came here.
Me?
Remember when we arrived? Your mother and Margaret were numb. Couldn't speak, couldn't move. I was a wreck with worry, but you skipped around the room calling it an adventure. You showed me that you can escape. Now when I read my Dickens, it takes me to another world. In that world, I feel safe. You have something else too, a diary. You're lucky.
Lucky?
Yes. You can write all your thoughts, all your feelings, down on paper.
The house is shaking.
It's okay, Anna. The more planes, the sooner the war will be over.
Sim shalom tuva uvraha. Hayin vahased rahamim. Olainu va'al kul Yisrael amecho.
Tonight, after the radio broadcast, Pim asked what was the first thing we wanted to do once we were liberated. I'd be so thrilled I wouldn't know where to begin. I long to be back in school with my friends, whistle, ride a bike, laugh so hard it hurts. I wonder if anyone will ever not think about whether I'm Jewish. Just a young girl badly in need of some good, plain fun. Margaret said,
I want to go dancing, learn the latest step, and fly all around the room in a new pair of dancing shoes.
The movies. I'd love to go to a movie. A Western, if they ever decided to let us in again.
I'm longing for a real cup of coffee with cream and sugar. No, a whole pot full. A bath, a hot bath. In a bathtub, lying there luxuriating for hours, and then Pootie comes and soaps my back.
And Pootie said,
Cream cakes. First thing out of here, I'm going to Burkoff's for cream cakes.
Charlotte, just to look at her, listen to her for hours.
You know what I want? I want to pack a picnic lunch and take my family down to the seashore for the whole day.
What a beautiful menorah, Mr. Von Don.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kedeshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehalech neir shel Chanukah.
Amen.
That was very moving. Thank you.
It's not over yet. There's still the song, Presents.
Not this year.
No latkes either.
Don't remind me.
I make the best latkes you ever tasted.
Please, I can't bear it.
You'll have to invite us all next year.
What's in there, darling?
Presents. For Margaret. Read it out loud.
You never lose your temper. You never will, I fear. You're just so good, but if you should, put all of your crosswords here. A new crossword puzzle book.
It's not new, it's yours. I rubbed it all out. But if you wait a while and forget, you can do it all over again.
It's wonderful.
For Mrs. Von Don.
Oh, Anna, how beautiful. What's in it?
Shampoo. I took all the tiny pieces of soap and mixed it with the last of my toilet water.
Oh, how sweet. Thank you very much, Anna.
For Mr. Von Don, this is really something. Something you want more than anything in the world.
Oh my goodness. I can't wait. What could it be? A cigarette.
Pim found some old pipe tobacco in the pocket lining of his coat, and we made it. Well, Pim did, but it's real tobacco, I promise.
Well, we'll see. Thank you, Anna. I mean it, truly.
for Mother.
Here's an IOU I promise to pay. 10 hours of doing whatever you say.
I wish I had that little piece of paper. 10 hours? You wouldn't consider selling it, would you, Mrs. Franck?
Never. This is the best gift I've ever received.
For Pin.
Anna, I wasn't supposed to get anything. Oh.
I made it out of bits of wool I found. No one helped me, not even Mother, not even Margaret. I knitted it in the dark after I got into bed.
And after keeping me up half the night writing in that diary of hers. Just kidding.
I'm afraid it looks better in the dark.
It looks perfect to me, Anna. Thank you. I shall treasure it.
For Lucy.
Oh, the ribbons from your ballet shoes.
On behalf of Mushi, thank you. It's very sweet of you.
And from Miss Quack Quack. Go ahead, open it.
You're sure nothing's gonna jump out and bite me?
What? What is it? Oh, come on, just open it,
A razor. Meek got it for me, and you really do need one now.
Oh.
What for?
Oh, look at his upper lip. There's a little something growing there.
There is? Well, put a little milk on it and let that cat lick it off.
Think you're funny, do you? Well, I like it, Anna. Thank you.
Oh, and last but never least, my roommate, Mr. Dussel.
You got me something. Capsule. 2 capsules. Not poison, I hope?
Earplugs, so you won't hear me thrashing around at night. I made them out of cotton and candle wax. Go ahead, try them, see if they work. Ready?
What?
Are you ready?
Oh my god! They've got inside my head! They're stuck! Help! Help! Oh! They're stuck! Help me! Oh! Just kidding.
Haha.
I love my present.
I don't know how she did it.
Oh, wasn't it darling of her?
A real Hanukkah in the end.
One last thing.
What? What is it?
One present. Just one.
Who for?
Show us.
For your mother. For tonight.
Out of the music box, how did you find
I
it?
was hoping we wouldn't have to be here till Hanukkah, but I saved it just in case.
This goes all the way back to my great-grandmother. Your father's an angel for saving it.
Why didn't you save anything of mine?
I saved you, didn't I?
Listen.
Look, Mushi loves his present.
Peter, get that cat away from me. It'll give me asthma.
What are you doing? Get that cat out of here.
Cat? What cat?
Doesn't matter. Clothes are enough.
Not to worry, we're getting rid of it.
Finally, someone listens to me.
I'm not doing it for you, Dussel. I'm just sick of all those awful fleas.
Mr. Von Don, you can't do that.
That's Peter's cat. He loves that cat.
If he goes, I go.
So go. Go.
You are not going, and the cat's not going. Sit down, Mr. Dussel. Peter, put the towels away, please. Thank you. It's Hanukkah, a time for celebration. Girls, sing the song. Ma'os ture shurasi,
Nishom Toda Neshabeya Tikot Beze Filasi Nishom Toda
Oh, God.
God almighty. Do you hear anything?
I think they're gone.
The Gestapo?
If it was the Gestapo, they'd be up here by now.
Maybe it was a thief.
We've got to do something. We've got to do something.
I'm going down.
No, they could still be there. Morgan, come back here. Maybe we can sell them off. Bougie, where's our money? Where's our money?
Keep still.
And wait till they drag us away? Just do something.
Will you keep still?
Someone go get Papa.
Quiet.
I'll go.
Sit down.
Please, please go.
Quiet, everyone.
It was a thief.
How do you know?
He took the cash box, ran away so fast he left the front door wide open. The danger's past. We're safe.
Maybe, but we're in even greater danger now.
Mr. Dussel, please.
And now, someone knows we're up here.
What are you pointing at him for? It was an accident. It could have happened to any of us.
You think a thief is going to go to the police station and say, I was robbing this place the other night and I heard a noise above my head? You think a thief is going to say that?
Yes, I do.
Well, you're crazy.
I think someday he's gonna get caught. And when he is, he's gonna make a bargain with the police. If they let him go, he'll let them know where some Jews are. They may even pay him 7.5 guilders a Jew.
Please, Papa, we can't stay here anymore. Let's go. Let's just go.
Where would we go?
Into the street? What?
No one's leaving. We can't panic. If we panic, we're lost. We survived here for 6 months together. We're going on. Margaret, Anna, the song, please.
Mausture shurasi Leshom Toda Leshabea Tikom Beze Filasi Leshom Toda Leshabea Letapimat Beya
Sometimes I see myself alone in a dungeon, without father or mother, or I'm roaming the streets, or the annex is on fire. They come in the middle of the night to take us all away, and I know it could happen very soon. I see the 8 of us in the annex as if we were a patch of blue sky threatened by dark, menacing clouds. We're surrounded by darkness and danger, and in our desperate search for a way out, we keep bumping into each other. We look at the fighting below and the peace and beauty above, But we're cut off by the dark mass of clouds that we can go neither up nor down. It looms before us, an impenetrable wall. I can only cry out and implore, open wide, let us out. Saturday, January 1st, 1944. Another new year has begun, and we're in the middle of the great terror known as winter. We've been here 1 year, 5 months, and 25 days. We're all thinner, paler, and a lot hungrier. We've been plagued by medical problems. Someone's always suffering from something. And although we can't call a doctor, our favorite dentist is never too far away.
Mrs. Von Dunn, could you please hold still?
How can I? You're killing me.
Maybe if you'd stop complaining, I could finish sooner.
Right, all right. I'll try.
Mrs. Von Dunn, please. You've got my instrument stuck in your tooth. I'm trying.
There, look! I got it.
I'm lucky. I've been healthy. As a matter of fact, I've been growing. So much I can't fit into my shoes anymore. And there's something else. Pater. Whenever he looks at me with those eyes.
Meep.
Happy New Year, Meep.
Happy New Year.
You really should have this day to yourself, but we love that you've come.
Oh, Meep, you smell like the wind.
I was wondering if you'd take this letter for Charlotte for the new year.
Of course.
Meepkin?
Feeling any better, Margaret?
A little.
Maybe this will make you feel better yet. Hoochie, look! The cake! Oh, the cake!
Cake. I'll get the plates.
Yes, go.
Is it your special spice cake?
Spice cake, exactly. Your favorite.
Everyone's favorite.
Spice cake, what a treat! You must have used up all your rations for the week.
Oh, how sweet. And look, she wrote peace in 1944.
Last year I said peace in 1943.
Well, it has to come sometime, doesn't it?
Let's pray it will.
Here, the knife. Now, how many of us are there?
None for me, thank you.
Oh, but you must.
Well, that leaves 7.
8. 8. Same number it always is. 8.
Well, I took it for granted Margaret wouldn't want any.
Why not?
I don't think a piece of cake would harm her.
I don't want her to start coughing again. 8. 8. All right, 8.
And please, Mrs. Frank should cut the cake. Mrs. Frank divides things better.
What are you saying? Don't I always give everyone exactly the same?
Yes, yes, everyone always gets exactly the same amount. Except for Mr. Von Don, who gets a little bit more.
Now, just a minute.
Everyone, please, please. Meep, can you see how a little bit of spice cake has gone to our heads?
Here, Mrs. Frank, you cut.
Oh, that smell. Meep, are you sure he won't have a piece?
No, thank you. I have to leave in just a minute.
Meep, and Jan is lucky to have a woman who can bake like this.
Jan, tell us about Jan.
Jan's taking me to a party tonight.
A party? Oh, Meep, remember everything so you can tell us about it tomorrow.
Everyone you dance with.
Jan. Only with Jan. Oh, I seem to have forgotten something. For someone.
Me?
What is it? Come on, open it up. I can't stand the suspense. Oh, just open it. Oh my, Meep, where did you find them?
You can't even get a slipper on the black market these days.
Look, they match. Incredible. Yep. Yeah. Beautiful.
All grown up and ready for Hollywood.
Enjoy them, Anna. And don't worry. I'll give you a full report tomorrow.
Oh, Meep, there's one more thing I need you to do for me.
What is it?
You know what I'm talking about.
What is it?
He wants to sell her fur coat.
No, Pootie, please. Don't do this to me. This is my coat. I've had this coat for 17 years. My father gave me this coat. You have no right. Let go.
You have to give it up.
Don't you dare. Let go. Just let go, please.
You can't hold on to a fur coat when people are in such desperate need of warm clothing. Besides, we're broke. We've been running out of money for months. I have to give it up.
Mrs. Frank.
Oh, Meep. I remember when a new year was something to look forward to.
Mrs. Frank, you mustn't give up hope.
There's no hope to be had. I know that. I knew it the night Hitler came to power. When that voice came screaming out of the radio, I sat there paralyzed. And now in London, what are they doing? What is the Dutch Queen doing? They're not even mentioning the word Jew. Trains are still leaving. Why don't they bomb the tracks? Please, Meep. I can't talk about this with the others.
I understand, Mrs. Frank.
I know they're making plans and counting the days till the war is over, but sometimes I fear the end will never come. Sometimes I want to give myself up.
Forgive me, Mrs. Frank, but you must try and take things a little easier. They need you. The children need you.
I'm ashamed to feel this way. I know you and Mr. Carlin have it just as hard.
No, Mrs. Frank, we don't.
Thank you. for listening to me.
Non, se nes, tu pens.
Pensez, Mr. Dussel, pensez. Penser to think. Ce que vous ne faites pas beaucoup.
What?
Ce que vous ne faites pas.
You're going too fast.
Oui, je sais.
Je sais. I know that one.
Bon, continuons. La page suivante, s'il vous plaît.
I just don't understand. I would never have done anything like that to you.
That coat was 17 years old, for God's sake. Those skins had definitely seen their days.
That's not the point, and you know it.
I know we need money. We have no money. Can you not get that through your head?
Don't talk to her like that.
You've never understood anything.
Oh, God, here we go again.
That coat was the last thing. A whole world gone.
You still got us, haven't you?
You took the last memory of my father.
Do we have to hear about your father again? If you hadn't been so attached to your father, your coat, our apartment, all your cursed possessions, we'd be in America by now.
It's not her fault.
Oh, please! It was you too, you know. You just never
I
wanted
only
to admit
stayed because of you! Believe me, I knew which way the wind was turning.
No, sure. You always know everything.
Mother, please stop.
Your mother will never listen.
If I could just say one thing.
No, you cannot. You say too much already, and it's none of your business anyway.
You shouldn't have said that, Mother.
What?
You hurt her feelings.
Oh, well, I apologize. All right? I apologize. To everyone.
You left this.
Thank you.
I'm sorry for what happened in there. I wish I could have said something, but they make me feel so... I can't stand it when they... I just hope I never turn out like them.
You won't, I know it.
Like him. What if I'm like him?
You're not, believe me.
All I can say is, if it wasn't for you, you're always a big help to me.
I am? How?
Well, when you're cheerful, it keeps me from being depressed.
I'm not always so cheerful, you know, inside.
Really?
It's hard. If you want to cry or something, there's nowhere to go.
It's easier for me, I guess. When there's a fight, with my parents, I just duck into my room.
You're lucky you have a room of your own.
Well, at least you can talk to your parents.
Not really. Never discuss anything serious with Mother. She just doesn't understand. I can talk about everything with Father, except Mother. I just don't think you can really be intimate with someone if they hold something back, do you?
I think your father's terrific.
He likes you too.
You think so?
I can tell from the little things he says. It's funny, isn't it?
What?
Well, we've been living here for almost a year and a half, and this is the first time we've really talked.
I know what you mean.
You know something, Pater?
What?
I've never really had a friend. Someone I could truly confide in.
Me neither. Smile for me?
Why?
You have dimples when you smile.
Dimples. The only mark of beauty I possess.
That's not true. You're pretty.
Me?
Yes, you.
The sun is shining, the sky a deep blue. There's a magnificent breeze. And I'm longing, so longing, for everything. I walk from room to room, breathe through the crack in the window frame, feel my heart beating as if to say, can't you fulfill this longing at last? I long for every boy, and to Pater I want to say something, don't just smile at me all the time. I'm utterly confused, don't know what to read, to write, to do. I only know I am longing.
What is it tonight?
Don't ask.
I have to be prepared.
God, I can't do this again. Pickles, kale, rotten tomatoes, every day for weeks now.
Something wrong, Mr. Dussel? Why don't you try cooking for a change instead of insulting my wife?
I think you prepared the kale very well, Mrs. Von Don. I don't know how you did it.
Oh, Mr. Franck, always the soul of politeness.
Every night another miracle.
Careful, Mr. Dussel. We don't want to clog the pipes like last week.
Pootie, please. Please make sure to eat it, Margaret.
I'm not hungry.
If she doesn't want it, Pater will eat it.
Come, Margaret, just take a bite.
I can't. I just can't.
She eats like a bird. And every day a smaller bird. Look at her. Margaret, honey, I'm doing the best I can.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Von Don, but
Anna's eating and Pater's eating.
How do you do it, Anna?
I pretend it's delicious. I don't look at it, and before I know it, it's gone.
That's very wise, Annika.
I eat because I'm hungry.
Come, Margaret, you have to force yourself. You're too thin.
She's not the only one. We're all famished.
Will this war ever be over?
This war would be over a lot sooner if the confounded British would start the invasion.
Not tonight, please.
The British are fighting for their lives.
They'll do something when the time is right.
When we're dead and buried, you mean? It's amazing how strong those Germans are.
Oh, it's amazing. Those Germans, they're so strong. Is that what you're saying? They're going to win the war?
They might. They very well might. If the British don't get moving.
They're moving, for crying out loud. 3,000 tons of bombs dropped on Hamburg last Sunday. Is that not enough for you?
No.
How many bombs do you need?
Enough, so we don't have to worry about going to Poland. Hurry up, Mr. Dussel! Margaret's waiting!
Mr. Dussel!
For God's sake, Mr. Dussel!
She can't wait any
Please,
longer.
Mr. Dussel, come on.
Mr. Dussel, the line is forming again.
I think I like spending my life in there.
I'm sorry to come at this hour, but
Mr.
something's
Crawler.
happened. Something's happened.
What? What is it?
I must ask you all to be more careful, more quiet.
What's happened?
A man in the storeroom a few days ago, he asked me, "What do you hear from Mr. Franck?" I told him I'd heard a rumor you were in Switzerland, and he'd said he'd heard that too, but he thought I might know something more. And then this morning, signing some invoices, I looked up and saw him staring at the bookcase.
Oh my God.
He said he thought he remembered a door there, and then he asked me for more money. 10 more guilders a month.
Blackmail.
10 guilders. That's some modest blackmail.
It's just the beginning.
What did you tell him?
I told him I had to think about it. Should I pay him the money, take a chance on
Pay him
firing
the money, for God's sake. Pay him the money.
Offer him half. We'll see if this is blackmail or not.
Listen, maybe he knows nothing, but it's getting more dangerous out there every day. No one can be trusted. You must be quiet. Quiet! I'll offer him half then.
Thank you, Mr. Crawler.
We'll hope for the best.
Mother, please don't be upset. I can't bear it seeing you this way.
I'll be all right, Annika. You go back to supper.
I'd rather stay here with you.
And now, from London, a message from the Dutch Minister of Education, Mr. Gerrit Bolkestein.
History cannot be written on the basis of official documents alone. If our descendants are to understand what we as a nation have endured during these years, we need simple, everyday pieces. A diary, letters from a forced laborer in Germany.
I can't believe it. Did he really say a diary? I'll start revising it tomorrow. Maybe one day I could even publish a novel. The Secret Annex, based on my diary. Unless you write, you can't know how wonderful it is. When I write, I shake off all my cares. But I want to achieve more than that. I want to be useful and bring enjoyment to all people, even those I never met. I want to go on living even after my death.
Mr. Dussel's getting awfully impatient out there.
Let him. I'm always the one waiting on him.
Are you going up to the attic with Pater again? You've already spent so much time there today.
I went up exactly twice. Once to practice French together and once to get the potatoes for supper.
Well, you know Mrs. Von Don. She's got a comment for every little thing.
She can't help herself. It's in her nature. Besides, I don't think it's Mrs. Von Don that's upsetting you.
I'm not upset.
You're not jealous? Pater and me? Oh, I'd be insanely jealous if it were you instead of me.
Yes, I imagine you would be. But I'm not.
Aren't you, Margaret? Tell me the truth.
I mean, who wouldn't want someone to visit every night, have deep, serious conversations with, and who knows what else? Yes, I'm jealous, but not of you and Pater. I'd just like someone of my own. I'm happy you have someone, though.
You mean it?
I want you to have a good time tonight. Every night. You've already missed out on so much here.
Oh, Margaret, you're such a generous person. Anyway, there's nothing to be jealous of. We don't do anything. He's never even kissed me.
The kiss will come.
I'm not sure I want it to.
Oh, you do. I know you. You can't help yourself. It's in your nature. Oh, wait. Let me fix your hair. There. Now you're ready.
I presume I may finally go into my room.
Our room, dear Mr. Dussel. And yes, you may return.
Thank you so much.
Anna, again?
Again? And look at her.
It's cold in the attic. You'd better bundle up.
In my day, it was the boys who called on the girls.
Children like to feel that they have their secrets. Besides, the attic is one of the only places they feel they can talk.
Talk? That's not what they called it in my day.
I think a little romance may be brewing in our little annex.
We may even have a little annex wedding.
Frankly, I can't stand this stupid chatter another minute. Anna, be down by 9.
They're so old-fashioned. Guess they don't realize how much more advanced we are.
You look nice.
Really?
I like the shoes. I've always liked the shoes.
He does everything just right.
She likes you a lot.
I love her, but I hate having to ask her for absolutely everything. Doesn't it make you miserable to be so dependent on people?
I'm not miserable. Not anymore, I mean. Even bumping into you in the stairs, sometimes I feel...
I feel the same.
You've changed. I used to think you were a real pain in the neck.
My life before seemed so unreal. Nothing to do with who I am now. I see myself then as an utterly superficial girl. I would never go back to being her for the world.
You sure know a lot about yourself, don't you? I guess it comes from all that writing you do.
If I didn't write what I think, what I feel, I'd suffocate. I want to be a real writer someday. I know I can write. I'm my harshest critic. But who knows if I truly have talent or not? What do you want to do?
I don't know. Some job that doesn't take much brains. Maybe if I had your drive.
That's ridiculous.
No, it's true. I'm a complete idiot.
You're too hard on yourself.
I didn't have much going for me on the outside.
Oh, but don't you miss... Oh, Peter, I miss so many things. Sometimes I dream I'm back in our old apartment, and I wake up and wonder, why can't I run outside? Oh, you can't see the moon from here, just like you said. Look at our attic, the moonlight coming in.
Are you cold?
No. Maybe just a little.
Here.
Peter, have you ever kissed a girl?
I guess so.
You have? When?
It wasn't a big deal or anything.
Tell me.
On my birthday. I was blindfolded. I don't even know who the girl was.
Well, there's nothing wrong with being kissed or anything, though I'm sure Margaret would never kiss a boy unless she were engaged to him. And Mother never touched a man before she met Pim. My girlfriends would say, "On, how shocking," but who'd cared what they say anyways? Everything's different now, here.
You called it our attic before. Do you really think it's ours?
I do.
You won't let them stop you coming here, will you?
No, I promise. Maybe I'll bring one of my stories and read it to you sometime.
You'll come tomorrow night?
If you want me to.
I do.
It's 9:05.
I will then.
All Jews must be out of German-occupied countries before July 1st. The province of Utrecht will be cleansed of Jews between April 1st and May 1st. The provinces of North and South Holland, including Amsterdam, immediately thereafter. A faster pace evacuating the Jews will begin as we move them by train not once, but twice a week, transporting 12,000 Jews a month. This is dirty work, but a mission of great historical purpose. When not a single Jew remains in the Netherlands, people will again walk freely in the streets.
Otto, listen. A rat.
Please, Edith, go back to sleep.
My God, I don't believe it. The bread, he's stealing the bread!
Shh, quiet. Eamon, for God's sake.
What's going on? Your husband stealing our bread. Booty, that can't be.
Never before.
What are you doing?
Never before.
I don't believe you. If he steals once, he'll steal again. Every day I watch the children getting thinner, and he comes in the middle of the night and steals the food that should go to them.
God, oh my God.
Edith, please.
Mama, it's only one piece of bread.
Here.
I want him to go.
Go?
Go where? Anywhere. You don't mean what
It
you're
would be
saying.
impossible.
Edith, I know how upset you've been these past few
That
weeks,
has
but
nothing to do with it!
He couldn't help himself. It could happen to any one of us. It won't happen again.
Never, I promise.
No! I can't take it with them here! They have to go! You'd put us out on the streets? There are other hiding places. I'm sure Meep will find you something. And don't worry about the money. I'll find you the money. Mr. Frank, you said you would never forget what my husband did for you. If my husband had any obligation to you, it's paid for!
My God, Edith, I've never seen you like this.
You can't throw Pater out. He hasn't done anything.
Pater can stay.
I wouldn't feel right without my parents.
Please, Mama, they'd be killed on the streets.
Anna's right, you can't send them away.
Fine. They can stay until Meep finds them a place. But I don't want them near the food.
Let's divide it up right now.
We're not going to divide up some rotten potatoes.
Mrs. Frank, Mr. Frank, Mrs. Von Don, Mr. Von Don, Margaret,
Stop
Hader,
it, Mr. Doozle.
On,
Please, no more.
All
myself,
this.
Please.
Mrs.
All that's
Von Don,
happening.
Enough!
Stop.
Margaret, Mr.
Mr.
Dussel.
Von
I
Don,
can't take it
Come,
anymore.
Edith.
Mrs.
Please,
Von Don,
Everyone back to your rooms!
Margaret,
Please stop.
Mr. Dussel, I think
Peter.
the potatoes can wait.
Please stop. Please,
Myself.
no
Just
Let
more.
them wait! Meep? At this hour?
Well, everyone! The most wonderful, most incredible news!
What? What is it?
The invasion! The invasion has begun! Did you hear me? The invasion! It's happening right now. You can feel it in the streets, the excitement. This is it. I ran to tell you before the workmen got here. They've just landed on the coast of Normandy.
The British?
British, Americans, everyone. More than 4,000 ships. Look, I brought a map.
For over a year we've waited for this moment.
Cherbourg, the first city.
how long will it take for them to get from Normandy to the Netherlands?
Edith, what did I tell you?
Cherbourg, Caen, Pont-l'Evêque, Paris, and then Amsterdam.
Oh, Pootie.
Airman, did you hear that? We're going to be free. Soon.
People of Western Europe, a landing was made this morning on the coast of France by troops of the Allied Expeditionary Force.
That's General Eisenhower.
This landing is part of a concerted United Nations plan for the liberation of Europe, made in conjunction with our great Russian allies. I have this message for all of you. Although the initial assault may not have been made in your own country, the hour of your liberation is approaching. All patriots.
Oh, Margaret, can you believe it? We could be going home.
I don't even know what home would be like anymore. I can't imagine it. We've been away for so long.
Oh, I can. I can imagine every little detail. Well, to be outside again, the sky, Margaret, to walk along the canal, to everything.
I'm afraid to let myself think about it. To have a real meal? It doesn't seem possible. Will anything taste the same, look the same? I don't know if anything will ever be the same again. How can we go back, really? You know what I've decided? To become a nurse for newborns. To go far away.
How far?
Maybe to Palestine? Maybe you could go back to school in October. September even. Wouldn't that be something?
know what I was just thinking about? You're not going to believe this, but I was just thinking about that first day we met. You were buzzing around with all the other boys in Bremerhaven. I picked you out first, right away, you know. You were the one who made me laugh and laugh. And that afternoon, you took me out on the ferry. And first, you made me laugh even more. And then you started to kiss me. Oh, and the kisses were even better than the laughter, remember? And you gave me so many. The ferryman kept watching us, and the ferry went off course. And when we got back, you made that little restaurant open its doors, and you ordered almost everything on the menu. What an appetite, the waiter kept saying. The man can really eat. We'll go back on that ferry one day, Pootie, I promise. And it won't be long now. Soon, I'll be cooking all of your old favorites. Sauerbraten with red cabbage, latkes with your cherished applesauce, and we'll even go to Burkhoff's for cream cakes. But in the meantime, Pootie, if you're hungry, hold on to me. Oh, Pootie, please, just hold on to me.
Just as I was falling asleep, my friend Annalie appeared. Dressed in rags, her face thin and worn. She looked at me with such sadness in her eyes I could read the message in them. Oh, Anne, why have you deserted me? Help me, rescue me from this hell. If only I could. Why have I been chosen to live and you to die? Oh, Annalie, if you ever return, I'll take you in, share everything I have with you. Are you still alive? I keep seeing your enormous eyes. I keep seeing myself in your place. You're a reminder of what my fate might have been. What will we do if we're... Oh no, I mustn't write that down. But the question won't go away. It looms before me in total, absolute horror.
And so we come to the end of this broadcast from BBC Radio Europe. Till tomorrow, listeners, and we all know, no matter how hard the times and how heavy the separation, we are once more a day closer to the liberation.
Oh, strawberries. There's nothing I love more.
I can't understand you. Your mouth's too full.
I wouldn't talk. You haven't stopped eating since we came up.
You're the one who's eating. Look at you. You're all red.
Oh, look at you. They're all over your shirt.
Well, they're better than those string beans yesterday.
Green, green, green. I thought they'd never end.
Every string I pulled made me sure I'd never want to be just a housewife.
You never will be.
Oh, I forgot how wonderful these are.
Of course you forgot. We haven't seen a berry in 2 years.
Don't eat too many, Poochie. Remember how sick you were last night from that kale soup.
I'm just worried there won't be any left with those three up there.
Mr. Dussel, please. You're such a worrier. Let the children have their fun. God, these are good.
I'll tell you a secret. Every night I think, they're coming, our liberators.
I bet you'll both forget about me when you're back with all your old friends.
Most of our friends are gone, Peter.
But we won't forget you.
Ever.
I'll make one thing for certain when we get back outside. I'm making sure no one knows I'm Jewish.
What?
I'm serious. Life would be a whole lot easier if I were a Christian.
You mean you'd be baptized?
I don't know. Maybe.
I'd never turn away from who I am. Don't you know you'll always be Jewish in your soul?
I've never seen anything stop you from talking before. Oh my.
It's a wonder I haven't abandoned all my ideals. They seem so absurd and impractical. Yet I cling to them because I still believe, in spite of everything, people are truly good at heart.
Raus! Du bist mein Häftling! Los! 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 Ich bin dein Meister!
It's utterly impossible to build my life on a foundation of fear. I see the world transformed into a wilderness. I hear the approaching thunder which will destroy us too. I feel the suffering of millions.
Du bist mein Duck! Judenduck! Schnell! No! Schnell! Schnell! Der Jungen! Schnell! Du! Schnell! Schnell! Der Mann! Schnell! Raus! Schnell! Der Frau! Schnell! Sonnenschein! Raus! Schnell! Nein! Schnell!
Westerbork, a barren heath. Wooden towers where our jailers stand guard. Walls covered with thousands of flies. The 8 of us crammed into barrack 67. Betrayed. We never know by whom. Our last month together. our last month. Anna and Peter walking hand in hand between the barracks and the barbed wire. Edith washing underclothing in murky water, worrying about the children. Numb. Margaret, silent, staring at nothing. Our last days on Dutch soil. Late August, Paris freed. Brussels, Antwerp, but for us it is too late. Tuesday, September 3rd, 1944. 1,000 of us herded onto cattle cars, the last transport to leave Westerbork for the extermination camps. The train, 3 days, 3 nights. In the middle of the third night, Auschwitz. Separation. Men from women. Edith, Margaret, Anna, my family. Never again. Selection. Half of our transport killed in the gas chambers. One day, Peter and I see a group of men marching away, his father among them, gassed. Peter on the death march to Mauthausen, dead 3 days before the British arrive. His mother, Auschwitz, Bergen-Belsen, Buchenwald, Terschenstadt, date of death unknown. Mr. Dussel dies in Neuengamme. January 27th, 1945. I am freed from Auschwitz. I know nothing of Edith and the children. And then I learn Edith died in Birkenau of grief, hunger, exhaustion. Winter of 45, typhus breaks out in Bergen-Belsen, killing thousands of prisoners, Margaret among them. Anna's friend, Annelie, sees her through the barbed wire, naked, head shaved, covered in lice. I don't have anyone anymore, she weeps. A few days later, Anna dies. My daughter's bodies are dumped into mass graves just before the camp is liberated. All that remains